Louisiana is a short-term rental market unlike any other in the United States. New Orleans alone draws millions of visitors every year for Mardi Gras, Jest Fest, Essence Festival, and year-round tourism driven by food, music, and culture. And the demand is not just seasonal. It is one of the most consistent, diverse, and high-value tourism markets in the entire country. But New Orleans also enforces one of the most restrictive STR licensing frameworks in the South. If you are trying to operate a non-owner occupied STR in the French Quarter or the Garden District, you need to understand that the licensing landscape there is genuinely hostile to investment properties. Let's fly through the rules so you do not get blindsided. Louisiana has no statewide STR license, with rules driven entirely at the local level. New Orleans has the most developed and most restrictive STR framework in the state. The city issues two categories of STR license: residential, which requires owner occupancy and limits the host to their primary residence, and commercial, which allows non-owner occupied operation but is restricted to commercially zoned properties. The French Quarter has a near total ban on non-owner occupied STRs in residential areas. The Garden District and many historic residential neighborhoods face significant restrictions. New Orleans deploys enforcement software to scan platforms and cross-reference against its permit database. Fines for unlicensed operations start at $500 per day. Outside New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and the coastal parishes operate under their own local frameworks that are generally more accessible to investment property operators. Louisiana joined the group of states requiring platforms to collect and remit lodging taxes on behalf of hosts in 2025, improving compliance infrastructure statewide. Louisiana charges a state sales tax on short-term rental income. In 2025, Louisiana joined the growing list of states requiring platforms like Airbnb and VBRO to collect and remit this tax directly for platform bookings. New Orleans adds a significant local tax burden on top of the state rate, with a combined city and state lodging tax running between 15 and 18% of gross revenue in the metro area. New Orleans STR permits carry annual fees of $50 to $250 depending on the license category. Operating without a valid license in New Orleans results in daily fines and platform removal. All rental income must be declared on Louisiana and federal tax returns regardless of platform reporting. Bottom line, Louisiana is one of the most culturally rich and commercially rewarding STR markets in the country. But New Orleans plays by rules that eliminate most investment properties from the legal market. The zoning and owner occupancy requirements in the most desirable neighborhoods are real barriers. Get your property report on lodgecompliance.com and know exactly what licensing category applies to your specific Louisiana address before you invest or list. Drop a comment if you're hosting in Louisiana, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video.